Welcome back to another one of these videos. My name is Roman, and today we're playing Diner Remastered kind of thing, and we're also going to be talking about this brand deal that Microsoft have acquired with Activision, because I genuinely think this could probably be one of the best steps in the right direction for the Call of Duty franchise since Black Ops 3. So it was just published the other day that Microsoft fully acquired the $69 billion deal with Activision and to own all of its IP, such as Call of Duty, fucking Candy Crush Saga, Diablo, and, you know, everything Activision has published and created. Now, what does this mean for the future of Call of Duty, and why is everybody raving about this all of a sudden? It means now that Microsoft owns all the IPs, they are now legally obligated to do whatever they want with the games, such as, you know, develop for them, put them on Game Pass, which is what they've already done, which is insane, by the way. It means you get every single COD title for £7 a month. That is actually insane. Or however much Game Pass is now, I don't really pay attention to it, but I will be copping it if it means that I get every single COD title, because it's also available for PC, so this could be huge for PC players. It also means that Microsoft, kind of like when they acquired Minecraft, now has a say in what goes on in the game and how the updates go about, and like all the content we get. They have to have a final say in it before anything gets published, which is quite nice now that there's some sort of regulatory factor in whatever Activision's cooking, so they can't just make the feature that makes them the most money. It will actually probably be something that the community will enjoy as well as make money. You know what I mean? I mean, the biggest example I have with this is Minecraft, and the direction that game went in, although it's been rocky lately, bro, some of the updates for that game have been insane, and that is down to Microsoft, so pat on the back to them, but they need to work on their shit with that game, because the new update, nah. Anyway, we're not talking about Minecraft in this video, we're talking about zombies. So what does this actually mean for zombies is a question that's been floating around in my head for a while. We already know there are zombies modes in the works from MW3 and COD 2024, whatever that'll be. A lot of people are calling it Gulf War, but I don't know if I like that name. It can now potentially mean that now Microsoft has basically took the wheel. We could be getting a way better zombies mode than originally planned, and MW3 could actually turn out to be pretty good. The same with COD 2024, and the whole thing with them going on Game Pass is absolutely insane, man. There's over like 20 COD titles now, or like 30 now. I can't remember. There's a lot of COD titles though, but they're all going to be available for literally as little as a subscription fee. This could be insane for new people wanting to get on BO3, because I know that's a very sought after game at the minute, especially on PC, because I don't know how the files work on the Microsoft Store, but if you can incorporate BOIII with a copy that you've got from Game Pass, bro. But this is best case scenario, because after doing some research on the topic, it turns out that the FTC is actually appealing the ruling that allowed it to go through in the first place. Keep in mind that the reason why people don't want this deal to go through is because Microsoft would technically own a monopoly on video games, and Sony would literally own pretty much nothing, so people are saying it's kind of not fair, and there's also probably a lot of laws behind it where it's like you can't own so many titles. I do see where they're coming from with the amount of IPs they own, because it is mental. They have Minecraft, they have Halo, they have literally everything you could want on Xbox. It makes PlayStation look like the platform you don't want to buy, and considering it's already substantial price difference with the PS5 compared to something like the Xbox Series S, you can see which one most people are going to go for, because it's cheaper and you have more games for cheaper. It could mean a very, very dramatic drop in sales for Sony, looking at this from a business perspective, but from a video game perspective, this is great. But in summary though, this deal could be insane for COD players. Not only people who play zombies, but genuinely multiplayer people, Warzone people, because there's going to be an influx of new players being able to play MW2, because that's coming to Game Pass. Can I just say as well how insane this map looks? This is something you should be looking forward to with the new Transit remake. This, if not better. This is called Daybreak, by the way. The link for the map will be in the description, because I know a lot of people ask about that with these kind of videos, because maps I play do look quite sick. But yeah, the FTC is very, very much against this whole deal going through, but it's looking good for Microsoft in the aspect that I got approved initially. So it's a very, very weird time to be a Call of Duty fan and a Zombies fan at its core. I'm excited to see that if it goes through, where they'll take the games, the game modes, and everything to do with Call of Duty, because it's honestly quite exciting. We haven't had news like this with a new publisher since Jason Blundell left, when it was so significant with Zombies. But now that we're having a whole new director board, especially Microsoft, one of the biggest conglomerates in gaming, it's very, very promising, and I hope they do well with the game and, you know, fuck it up as bad as what Activision have. Of course, this doesn't mean that Activision's name is going to be wiped off anything like the front of the game box or anything to do with affiliation with the game or publishing. That's still going to be down to them. Microsoft have effectively took the wheel on directing, meaning that Activision's say is not final anymore. I'm also curious to how long it might actually take for us to notice these changes in quality, because it could be right as MW3 releases. We could notice that the zombies mode gets an extra fine-tuning and an extra polishing, or it might be in Gulf War, we don't know. They haven't effectively shook their hands yet, and it's a little bit scary because everything's still up in the air and nobody knows what's really going on. But like I said, it's looking very, very good for Microsoft, and I'm hopeful that this deal will go through. I do think this is a very, very good thing, and I think Sony can effectively do the same thing if they just pull their finger out. They could acquire some IPs and, you know, actually partner with game studios instead of rejecting them like they did initially when cross-platform first came to a couple of games, and I remember Sony just backing out of all the deals because they didn't want anything to do with it for some weird reason. Of course, all that's in the past now and everything is cross-platform, but I remember initially you couldn't play cross-platform on some games on a Sony console. And that is why I believe that this brand deal could potentially save Call of Duty as a whole, not just zombies. We all just want a better zombies game mode, man. I don't know why it's been so long since we've had something with, like, actual time and effort poured into it instead of just, you know, here's Outbreak again. I mean, that is what we're getting with MW3, but hopefully it should be a little bit fun. Anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like on it, and if you want to see more content like this, why don't you subscribe? It's completely free. You can always change your mind later. And if you guys do feel inclined, hit that join button down below. You get extra videos every month, and you get exclusive Discord perks, such as roles, exclusive channels, updates on the videos that I'm working on for the members, you know, you get. So with all that said, I will see you guys in the next one.